up? How are we all doing? Good to see you all again. We have got another big night of footy. Another great night of footy watch-alongs here on Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Chelsea away at Cardiff City. Could be on for a cup upset here now. Could be a very big chance of a cup set in this one. Because I'll tell you something, Chelsea have come here with a weakened side, right? Not a really weakened side, but, weakened enough. It's weakened enough that I'm looking at it and thinking, do you know what? Cardiff have won their last 5 games here. They've won their last 5 games, and they've won them in ways that it's, high scoring. They don't really know when they're beat. They've come from behind. I mean, Doncaster at the weekend was a great game. 4-3, Cardiff win. And it's a really interesting lineup from both teams tonight. Even Cardiff dropping Yusuf Saleh out. Their top scorer this season. He's on the bench tonight. So, both teams making some interesting changes for this one, but I think it's going to be a really, really good game, and I do think Cardiff have got a very good chance of going through here. I really, really do. I think Cardiff got a brilliant chance of going through. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know. Do you think Cardiff have got a chance? I think there's every chance. Every chance. Early Gaming, how's it going? Red Rebellion smelling a Cardiff win already. You love to see it. The Cardiff City Stadium, under the lights. I'm telling you, I think there's a chance of a cup set here. I fancy Chelsea to throw it away. I'm certainly rooting for Cardiff anyway. Cardiff, it's Trott in goal, by the way. Nathan Trott, who's in on loan from Copenhagen. He came out with the West Ham. Was he the West Ham Academy, Nathan Trott? I think he was. He was West Ham Academy. He went to Denmark. He had a in Denmark. He was on loan. Was he on loan? No, he's been sold, hasn't he? West Ham have sold him to Copenhagen, and now he's on loan from Copenhagen to Cardiff. So, yeah, Nathan Trott in goal for Cardiff. Perry Ng, I never know if I pronounced that right. Perry Ng at right back. Lawler, Chambers, and Bagan at left back. Then it's Wintle, Turnbull, and then Joel Colwill, Ruben Colwill, still out, injured, by the way. What a massive loss that is, by the way. Huge, huge loss not to have Ruben Colwill. But Joel Colwill is in on the right-hand side. He's done all right this season as well. Isaac Davis in the 10 and Kean Ashford just off the left. And then it's Callum Robinson up front. 30 years of age, Callum Robinson, lots and lots of experience in the Football League. He's played in the Premier League, of course. Callum Robinson, I'm pretty confident, scored a winner at Stamford Bridge, didn't he? Do you remember that? Not that long ago. I'm pretty sure Callum Robinson scored a winner. Was it for West Brom at Stamford Bridge? Someone will have to correct me on that one. If there's any Chelsea fans in the chat, let me know if I've got that one wrong. But I'm pretty confident Callum Robinson has form against Chelsea. So yeah, he's centre forward tonight. Yusuf Saleh is on the bench if they need to call him in. For Chelsea, it's Jorgensen in goal. Jorel Hato at left back. Badiashile, Adrabayo and Ashampong complete the back four. Then it's Andre Santos and Caicedo sitting in front of them. Gittins off the left, Tyreek George off the right, and then Buonanotte behind Mark Guiu. It's a very, very heavily rotated Chelsea side, isn't it? It's a very heavily rotated Chelsea side. I mean, they've got players on the bench. They've got Chalobah, they've got Enzo, Fofana, Garnacho, Gusto, James, João Pedro, Neto in case they want to change things up. So they've got players there, but yeah, it just feels like a really odd lineup that for Chelsea, doesn't it? Very odd lineup. I'm rooting for Cardiff anyway. I'm sure we'll all be doing the old Cardiff by the end of it. Erdy, how's it going, mate? LG says, I'm sad that St Mirren will likely not be in Europe next season. Well, listen, at the end of the day, they've won the cup. It's a massive win for them, however you want to dress it up. Erdy, I want Cardiff to win, but I think that Chelsea will win 6-3. I think a high-scoring one, this one. Okay. Hey, I'll be happy with that. Listen, high-scoring games are the order of the day at Cardiff City. Like I said, at the weekend it was 4-3 against Doncaster. They've been involved in a couple of sort of 3-2s, 3-1s, 4-2s, all these this season. So there's high-scoring games generally when Cardiff are involved. I think they lost. Didn't they lose 5-1 in the EFL Trophy a couple of days ago as well? Welsh Wing, cheering on my fellow Welsh. Come on, the Bluebirds. And FCB, good to see you, mate. 22 draw, Cardiff lose. 2-2 draw, Cardiff lose 3-4 on pens. That's very specific, mate. LJ, what's the formation for both teams? Well, I mean, I'll be honest, what they're saying the formation is on Sky Sports and on, SofaScore, Flash Scores, wherever you're looking, it's going to be quite different, I think, in real life. Practically, there's a 4-3-3 on the table here for both teams. Sky have laid it out as a 4-2-3-1, but I actually think we might be looking at a flat back five, maybe, or a back three for Chelsea. Looks like it might be Badiashile, Adrabayo, and Ashampong as a back three. Maybe with Caicedo playing as like a right wing back, or George as a right wing back. And then Joel Hato as a left wing back on the other side. I think that might be what we're going to be seeing. I'm not entirely sure yet. I guess we'll have to see how the game pans out. But I would imagine that Sky have got it wrong, and Flash Scores and SofaScore and all the others have got it wrong as well. We don't know what the team is going to line up like just yet. But it's going to be a really interesting one. Let me know in the chat your predictions, and we'll go through all of them, I'm sure. TikTok, I'm not ignoring you. I promise I will be coming to TikTok. Callum, it's going to be 2-1 to Cardiff. 2-1 to Cardiff. What a result that'd be. Cup set. Cardiff through to the semi-finals. Last time Cardiff got this far, they played Liverpool. We played Cardiff in a League Cup final. Dirk Kuyt with the winner. Ethan, how's your day, Key? It's been good, mate. Yeah, thank you. It's been very good. How's yours? Alex, evening, Key, and all. How are things? Very good, mate. Very good. We're just about to watch Cardiff City, who are absolutely revitalised under Brian Barry Murphy. Brian Barry Murphy, the head coach of Cardiff City, came in at the start of the season. He's in his late 40s. He's not really a young coach. He's not a young man, but he was the manager of the elite development squad at Manchester City, right? Brian Barry Murphy, the manager of the elite development squad at City, and this is his first managerial job. He took the Cardiff job in League One. Great opportunity. In he comes. He's won Manager of the Month already this season. They're top of League One. They've won 5 games on the spin. They're flying, and they are favourites to go back up automatically to the Championship. I'm pretty confident they will as well. So it's a really, really good start for Brian Barry Murphy. Could he do with going out of the Cup? Does a Cup run help a side that are thriving and chasing promotion? I don't know. Sometimes it can be a bit of a burden, can't it? Those extra games and minutes in the legs, it can weigh players down as the season goes on, especially in a league as tough as League One, which incredibly competitive. I don't know if you've looked at the League One table, but very, very competitive. So it's a great start for Brian Barry Murphy, though, and he's not been particularly fortunate either. Like I said, he's lost Ruben Colwill. Ruben Colwill started the season unbelievably well. Great start to the season. I actually thought we did one of the early games at Cardiff, and Colwill scored. I can't remember who it was against, though. It was against Posh. It was against Peterborough. Might have been Cardiff Peterborough. Any Cardiff fans in the chat, let me know. I'm sure we did one of the watchalongs for Cardiff earlier in the season. I think it was Cardiff Peterborough, and Ruben Colwill scored an unbelievable free kick. But yeah, no Colwill. No Ruben Colwill. No Ronan Capacchio either today. No Ronan Capacchio. Another player I would have thought we'd have seen today, and no Yusuf Selec. So Cardiff making some changes. As much as we're looking at Chelsea and going, oh, they've changed the squad, they've dropped a lot of players, they've rotated. Cardiff making some changes too. Brave from Brian Barry Murphy. No Salach starting, says Lewis Cornock. Yeah, Cornock, sorry, Lewis, I apologise, got your name wrong there, mate. 1-1 at a guess, says Choc Chart. And what we saying? LJ says, at a back three, like in a 3-5-2 and a 3-4-3, the centre-backs need to be solid. That's very true. Yeah, very, very true. Yes, Cardiff fan, says Cheza. Come on, you Bluebirds, says Lewis. Well, we're very close to kick-off. It's going to be Chelsea that gets us underway. I've got Chelsea in the black kit. I thought they'd be in the black, but they're not. They're in their white and green number. That's very frustrating. Right, let me get the scoreboard underway. Sorry, because we are off here. And there we go. There you go. Right, we're all synced up. Lovely. And it's a throw into Chelsea early doors. Right, I'm going to change Chelsea's kit here to a white kit, because they're not in the black, they're in the white. They're in the lovely white number. Ethan, are you live on... I am live on the other place, yeah. As always live on the other place. G. Lawrence, Key, if you had to give one signing back, who are you giving back? Isak or Wirtz? That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I don't know. If I had to, probably Isak. But again, it's tight because, again, we've only got 2 centre-forwards, and I think we're going to be playing with 2. So we need 4, really. So we've only got 1 if we get rid of Isak. But Wirtz, our entire system pretty much built around him now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Free kick to... Oh, no, free kick to Cardiff. I thought that was a foul. Darren Cassidy, evening mate, how's it going? Good to see you. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Razine, yo, hi Key, how's it going? Our game got delayed. By the way, what's your opinion on FIFA Pro 11? I'm very disappointed Rafa is not even in the 11. It's a disgrace. Only player to get more than 60 GA after Messi CR7 era. I haven't seen the FIFA Pro 11. I don't put too much stock in it, mate. But in terms of Rafinha not being in it, I can understand that because he's in a very competitive area of the pitch. And if I'm dead honest, even Rafinha's great season last year, it could just be an anomaly. And I think you know that. Even you as a Barca fan, and we're all a little bit biased towards our own teams and our own players, aren't we? Rafinha, great player, fabulous player, but I think, this could be an anomaly that we saw last season. He might not do it again. In fact, I'm almost certain he doesn't do it again. It's not someone like, for example, Mohamed Salah, who's been doing it consistently year in, year out for years and years and years. Akira says, realistically, what does a good season for Liverpool look like this season? Fourth, and maybe a cup run. Maybe decent runs in the FA Cup and or the Champions League. Get into the final 4 of either competition and a top 4 place, that would be absolutely sterling work from Arne Slot. He'd have done very well. Callum, if Cardiff win, do what Anfield Agenda did. Take your top off. You're desperate to see me without my top on you, aren't you? Philippine says, hello Key, my friend, how are you? Thoughts on Celtic's loss in the final? Wilfried Nancy, he's going to have to step it up a little bit, isn't he, at Celtic? Can't keep losing games. I've never known a new Celtic manager to come in and lose the opening 3 games. Cardiff all the way back to the keeper. Oh, it's a wonderful piece of play from Nathan Trott. Just a little sidestep, no pressure, no panicking from him. He was under pressure there from Mark Guiu, but really good play from Nathan Trott. He did give the ball away in the end, but it's a pretty composed opening few minutes here from Cardiff. They'll be relatively happy with this one. But yeah, I'm good, Philippines. How are you doing, mate? How are you? Reece says, Saka didn't make the 5th Pro X1, but Van Dijk does. Diabolical decision. I know, yeah. I'd have put Saka at centre-back as well. I'd have probably gone Saka at centre-back, Reece. You're right. Erdy says, who are you going to watch tomorrow? Tomorrow we have got Newcastle against Fulham. I'm going to go live a little bit earlier, though, so that we can watch the Manchester City game. Man City v Brentford kicks off at 7:30. Newcastle Fulham is an 8 p.m. So I'm going to go live at maybe 7:15. For members only, of course. Members only for the earlier live, and then we'll switch over to live for everyone at around about 5 to 8. Joe says we are that's the one, not 8, 8:15. That's the one I meant. Sorry. You're right. 8:15 for Newcastle, not 8 o'clock. It's 8:15 and 7:30, isn't it? Chelsea, Gittins. Great defending by Cardiff. Keep them out. Keep them out. Great defending. That'll do you. That'll do you. That'll do you. We need a nice early goal in this one. Right, Tolga says, hello friends, I coded the match and numerical data says the house will win. Double chance makes sense in Cardiff. Right, so in house will win. What do you mean the house will win? Are we talking about the home? Is that what you mean? The home will win. In other words, you think Cardiff or draw. Is that what you're trying to say, Tolga? Simple language on that one. FCB, do you like Music Key? If so, have you heard of the Keros? I haven't, mate. I haven't, and I'm not a massive music fan, to be honest. That's not my thing. I am very, very boring and just totally into football. I like music, but it's only like not new music, put it that way. New music's beyond me. Not interested in new music. Anything like post 2015, not interested in it. There's not really an awful lot. The occasional one or two. Joe says, how did Max Diamond not get in instead of Van Dijk? Absolute disgrace. Cardiff down the right-hand side. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. Caicedo leaving one on... was it Turnbull in the middle there? No, it was Joel Colwell, wasn't it? Unlucky. Reece Key is an avid listener of dubstep, to be fair. Dubstep. Sorry. I like Tame Impala and Foals. Great, but the Foals are brilliant, aren't they? Mountain at my gate. See, yeah, I'll be honest, just put FIFA playlist on. I'm sound. FIFA playlist will do me. There you go. Tolga has made it quite clear. Tolga is adamant. Our Turkish supercomputer has said, yet again, Chelsea will not win. Double chance. Chelsea will not win. So he's adamant that Cardiff are going to get something in this. Ethan, love the lives, mate. Keep it up. And Shane, this the tosser celebrating Wolves equaliser just for them to lose. Yeah, that's me, mate. That's me. Cardiff down the left-hand side now. Come on. Ball in. Oh, yeah. Cleared away. Rolo, how do you find the weight of a red hot chili pepper? Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now. I like it. I like it. What are we saying? Philippines, I'm good, thanks. Thank you, mate. All the better for seeing you live. You sound like the wolf in the nursery rhyme there. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing, Ethan. Thank you for liking. Don't forget to give us a follow. Live every day and all that good stuff. I am live over on the other place as well if you want to go and check it out. We're going to have a slightly different vibe over there from tomorrow anyway. Slightly different look and feel to the old Shmew Pube. Right, Chelsea not really starting as fast as maybe the away fans would have wanted. I don't know how many fans they've brought up for this, to be honest, Chelsea. They do tend to travel quite well, don't they, Chelsea? But an away game at Cardiff on a Tuesday night, and it's heavily rotated. Yeah, I don't think the away fans would thank Enzo Maresca for this. By the way, what did Enzo Maresca actually say? I've still not seen his comments. Can anyone tell me what he said? What did Enzo Maresca say? Tolga, Key, you Cardiff, Chelsea. I'm watching Cardiff, Chelsea, Tolga. If in terms of who I'm voting for, who I'm predicting, I would have thought Chelsea would, maybe to win the tie. I would have been relatively confident that Chelsea would score at least one goal in the game and would win the tie. Scarborough 0, Ratcliffe 1, bloody hell. National League North, Scarborough letting everyone down tonight. 3-star Reds, I love Tolga's bravery, but Cardiff and the draw tonight is not getting my hackers. Sorry, Tolga. Football, marble racing, indirect free kick, pass back to goalie and go straight into the goal. Ref awards what? Isn't that a corner? I could be wrong on that, but I'm sure that's a corner. Football, marble racing, Man United fans do travel good away as they're already there. That's true enough, very true. Shell, we must have knackered them out on Saturday. Yeah, maybe. I do think there's something in it, though. Do you think there's something in it with Maresca? And is he trying to throw the job a little bit? I wonder if maybe Glasner ends up there in the summer. There's rumours that Glasner might be going to Man United and Ruben Amorim and all that sort of stuff may be happening. But do you think Oliver Glasner could go to Chelsea? Does he fancy the management merry-go-round at Chelsea? It's big money, isn't it? Very big money at Chelsea because you know you're only going to be there 5 minutes. Take out a lucrative contract, you'll be gone in about 2-3 weeks. Graham says, sorry Tolga, but I think Chelsea will just have too much for Cardiff. And FCB, the Liverpool band Indie from Walton, the Keros, just released a song called Timekeeper. Lovely. Ethan says, is this the only cup game tonight? No. Oh, yes, sorry, it is the only cup game tonight. The other cup games are played tomorrow. Newcastle v Fulham, Manchester City against Brentford, and then the final one is Arsenal against Palace, which is played on the 23rd of December. Great run by Cardiff. Have a strike, lad. Wow, Jorgensen, good save. First real chance. Oh, he's given a free kick. Has he given a free kick? Has he pulled it back? Chelsea will be raging at this if he's actually given the free kick here. He does get wiped out. He gets absolutely wiped out there. Yeah, it's definitely a free kick, but it's just he played on. So has he played on? What's he done? Has he brought it back? What's he doing? No, he's played on. Played on. Glasner to Forest, says 3-star Reds. Glasner to Forest. Well, apparently they've already looked at the Getafe manager, Bordelas, I think his name is. So Palace already lining up their new manager for next season because they're relatively confident that Glasner will not be signing a new deal. Liam, evening Key, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. How did you feel about the Leeds game against Brentford the other day? Key, Sunderland. What about Sunderland? I don't know if... Did you call Sunderland? I don't remember Sunderland. I remember you calling some other stuff, though, like West Ham. Daz says, who's your right wing for Saturday now there's no Mo? I still don't really know who's fit and who's not, to be honest, Daz. I haven't got a clue. Nathan Trott's showing some lovely fancy footwork here for Cardiff in goal. Every time, Mark Guiu's pressing him, but he's just not phased at all. Little sidestep. Little flick-flack. Football Marble Racing says Chiesa all the way. Oh, I think the problem, again, that my only issue with Chiesa is probably the same issue that Arne Slotter's got. He's saying himself that he's not physically or mentally ready to start games. So you'd be a pretty bad manager if you didn't listen to him. I'm not sure that I'd be having a big chat with him beforehand and just making sure he's feeling good and he's confident and he's ready to start. Because he's telling the national manager of Italy that he doesn't think he's ready physically or mentally to start games. I think we probably need to listen to him. So yeah, I'd like Chiesa, Daz. I wouldn't mind Chiesa. I love Chiesa, but I don't think he's going to be the one that starts, actually. I think we end up putting maybe Dominic Szoboszlai in there. I think maybe Engamo might even get a start. Chelsea, down the left-hand side here, that's poor. Football Marble Racing says the only way to get ready is to play. Well, that would be the case if it was match sharpness that he was lacking, but it's not really. Apparently, it's his muscles, basically. The issue that he had with Italy is that every time he gets 90 minutes in his legs, he feels like it's going to go again. And I think it's psychological. That's why he said psychological as much as physical. Psychological, he feels like it's going to go. So maybe he's less inclined to, do those explosive sprints and things like that. He's gonna try and be a bit reserved, which is not what you want from a right winger. 3-star Reds, when Ange was our gaffer, I was calling a few teams. And Lewis is playing well. Us, you are. Cardiff are doing all right so far. Cardiff are doing all right. It's not bad. I mean, Chelsea... Oh, that was a bit naughty, actually. He's not given a yellow for that, has he? It's not a yellow. He's given yellow. Isaac Davis booked for that. I didn't think that was a yellow. That's soft, that, from the ref. Why is he throwing yellows out already? Liam says Brentford was there for the taking, but I'll take a point, of course. No bad thing. Yeah, no bad thing. A point away at Brentford. It's more than we got anyway, mate. Lewis, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Lewis, but I'm live every single day watching everyone. I do more live watch-alongs than any other football channel. 500 plus this year. Every single day we do a live. So even during the off-season in the summer, I'm even live on Christmas Day this year. So I'll be live for the Saudi Pro League on Christmas Day. I'll probably be the only watch-along channel in the whole world live on Christmas Day. Soon as my little girls had a Christmas presents and all that stuff, I'll be watching. I'll do dinner and all that, and then we'll have my little girls' presents, and then it'll be time to watch the Saudi Pro League. It'll be good fun. Tolga, what are we saying? 3-star Reds. I'm getting tempted. Tolga, the wallet is slowly opening. Come on, Cardiff. Come on, says Tolga. Well, the data is in, and it's suggesting a Cardiff home win, or Cardiff or draw, basically. FMR, it's quicker. Liam Manning, especially on our record on London, we haven't won in 9 games. And Lewis got my follow then, bud. What a guy. Cheers for that, Lewis. Good fella. Logan, are you going to be watching the AFCON? I am, mate, yes. Yeah, we've got a few AFCON games coming up. One on Christmas Eve as well. I think the AFCON's one of the only games that we're doing on Christmas Eve. So I'm pretty sure, is it Cameroon against Gabon? So, yeah, couple of Aubameyang for Gabon playing against Cameroon. I think that's the game on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, I'll be doing that one. But I do at least one every day. At least one game every day. Sometimes I do 2, sometimes 3, sometimes even 4. But generally speaking, at least one every single day. FMR, did you get a chance to watch any of my prediction vids? I did, mate, yes. I had a little look. It's impressive. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. Paul says, I'll take Cardiff or draw. Bluebirds, good to see you, Paul. And Tolga says, Ibar, Elche, Tolga win. I don't know. Tolga, which one? Who are you backing? Surely that's Elche. Surely that's Elche. Has to be. Spanish Cup, some big games in the Spanish Cup tonight. Yeah, Real Sociedad away at Eldense. I think Valencia are away at Sporting Gijón. Barcelona playing away at... I can't remember who Barcelona are playing, but they're absolutely a walk in the park tonight. Cardiff are dominating here, honestly. Opening 20 minutes, they should be very impressed. I think Brian Barry Murphy, BBM we'll call him for short, Brian Barry Murphy will be very, very happy with this one. Liam, do you remember when Cardiff owner wanted to change their nickname to the Dragons? Yeah, and have them wearing red. Christ, that was an experiment that was never going to last, was it? We're red like the Dragon. We'll get well more in sponsorship. Chelsea ball in. Nice and easy. Cleared at the far post, that. Daniel. Hello, Key. How's it going, Daniel? Good to see you, mate. How's things? What are your thoughts on this game today? Yeah, Vincent Tan, isn't it? Is he still the owner? Pretty confident he's still the owner of Cardiff, isn't he? Vincent Tan. Madman Vincent Tan. 1-0 Elche. Good, because I've got that. Tan should sell up, says Lewis. Isn't Dalman still involved though as well? Mehmet Dalman. Again, it's been a very long. I keep abreast of League One and Cardiff in general, and you know I follow the whole football league. I like watching footy. I watch a lot of it, but I can't say I'm completely au fait with Cardiff's current ownership situation. The last I heard, it was Vincent Tan and you know Mehmet Dalman was still somewhat involved. Callum Coyle, I want a cup set, please. Don't we all? Yeah, Nathan Trott, hopefully, keeps Chelsea out tonight. Oh, but not if they keep giving the ball away like that, Cardiff. And now they're in down this side. Chance, great block. What a block that is. Who was it who got back there? Is that Bagan? It was. Is it Bagan or Bagan? I don't know how I'm pronouncing his name. But it's absolutely fantastic stuff from him anyway. He scored a winner the other day against Doncaster, didn't he? He's having a great time at the minute. 100th minute winner against Doncaster at the weekend. For the fullback. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. I don't know if it's... Is it Bagan? Joel Bagan? Or Joel Bagan? Bagan. I'm going to call him Bagan. FMR, who do you fancy for the Champions League this season? I think it's going to be Liverpool. Shock horror. No, I can't look past. I can't look past Arsenal. I've said it all season. I don't think they win the Premier League, but I do think they win the champs. I think this is the year that they win the Champions League. Bagan, says Paul. Okay, Bagan it is. I'll stick with Bagan. Yeah, be yourself, Dylan. Arsenal. Yeah, I don't know why. I've got a horrible feeling that this is the year that Arsenal end up ending the Champions League hoodoo. But I don't think they win the Premier League. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. Cardiff are in here. Hit it, lad. Yo, what was that? Oh, Isaac Davis, he's got to do better. Callum Robinson's just given a little tap there and said, come on, lad, don't let it beat you. But, oh, it's a wonderful bit of play. He's definitely onside. There's no question about that. Beats the fullback. It's really poor. And Chelsea just let him walk in. And to be honest, Isaac Davis is through there. He's got to hit the target. He ends up slicing it wildly. Oh, it's gone out. It's near enough a throw-in. Never mind a corner or a goal kick. It's nearly a throw-in. Liam Manning, Nathan Trott, former Hammer, isn't he? He is, yeah. He came out the West Ham Academy. I think he's been on loan to somewhere in Denmark, Velje, Brøndby, somewhere like that. He then got sold to Copenhagen, and now he's on loan from Copenhagen to Cardiff. Still quite young as well for a goalkeeper. Daniel, what do you think is harder to win this year, the Prem or the Champions League? The Prem. Prem is definitely the hard. Prem's always the pinnacle. It's much harder to win the Premier League. Erdy says, I think that Bayern is going to win the Champions League. I can't see. I think Bayern's defence is a problem for them. Maybe even the midfield as well. Reese, did you see Harry Amas' response to Amorim saying he's struggling in the Championship? Did he? Did Amorim really say that? Amorim actually said that Harry Amas is struggling in the Championship. Did he really? That's really poor, that. I can't believe that's true. I mean, maybe it is. I've seen managers say and do stupider things, but really? About a talented young player like Harry Amas? Harry Amas should still be playing for United. Honestly, he's better than Dorgu. He's better than Dorgu, I don't care. Better than Dorgu, and he's better than playing Delo out of position on that far side. Harry Amas should still be at Manchester United. It's crazy that he's on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. Raymond Hines, West Ham to win the league this year, or next year, sorry. Do you think City for the Prem then? Yeah, I think City win the Prem. Football Marble Racing, if West Ham win the league next year, it's promotion back to the Prem. And Philippines, just read today, PSG are looking at signing Hamza Digamane. Really? Bloody hell, that'd be a quick turn up, wouldn't it? Paul Trott is a fucking octopus. He's done alright, at least so far, Nathan Trott. Liam says, I could see PSG or Barca winning the Champions League this year. And one, Darrell S says, hope you're okay, Key. I'm good, mate, thank you. How are you? I'm really good today. I was looking forward to this one. And that was before I saw the heavily rotated Chelsea side. I thought, even Chelsea's first team, I think Cardiff can have a real go at them. That was before I saw that they dropped Salic and Capacchio's not playing, and a few of the other ones that Cardiff maybe would have ideally wanted in tonight, Colwill and stuff like that. So, yeah, no Ruben Colwill, no Capacchio, no Salic. I would have thought maybe they would have had a better go against even a full-strength Chelsea side. But now there's a couple of changes for both sides. Just makes it a really unpredictable game, doesn't it? Reece says, yeah, he said he was struggling, so Amas posted a photo of him winning Player of the Month on Insta. He's all over the place, isn't he, Ruben Amorim? I was seeing, did you see that stat yesterday that they showed about United? He's got 6 clean sheets in his entire tenure as manager of Man United, which puts him at about the same ratio of clean sheets as Steve Keane at Blackburn Rovers and Gary Megson at West Brom. Like, oh, that's a naughty one. That should be a yellow card. That Mark Guiu getting side down from behind. It is going to be a yellow card for, who is it who's taking him out there? Who is it who chopped him there from behind? Is it Chambers? No. Yeah, it was Chambers. Looked like Chambers. Dylan, Liverpool not winning. Dumb shit. My team's winning, Man City. I just said Dylan, open your ears, Chief. I've just said City are going to win the league. What are you on about? Red Rebellion says, we're out of our bad patch now. Don't rule us out winning that Champions League. Can't rule Liverpool ever out, can you, mate? We've seen Liverpool win. Worst Liverpool sides have won Champions Leagues. Much, much worse. Joe, he's been Wednesday's best player when I've watched him. He's been United's best player on a couple of times I've seen him. Big Nick, Sunderland's best number 9, says Life of Reese. Oh, Joe left the chat. Lewis Cornock, that guy got sentenced today from the Liverpool incident. Yeah, just a horrendous human being, let's be honest. Horrendous, utterly horrendous human being. Key lad, cheers for following me. Hey, listen, you earned it, Mick, even though you're a blue. Joel says you were all crying when we called Dan Ballard a Geordie, and Liam Manning says Steve Evans, manager of Bristol Rovers. I literally said that last night, didn't I? We had a Bristol Rovers fan come in and say, Key, who do you think's going to get manager of the new Bristol Rovers manager? I said it could be a few people, maybe someone like Pullis. Pullis is being linked with it, but I think someone like Steve Evans would do a decent job. Bang! Steve Evans appointed. He must have been watching me last night. Be yourself, Dylan. Did you know the Statue of Liberty in Brazil fell down due to a windy storm? Didn't even know there was one. I love Arsenal, says Light. Wonderful. Don't we all? Erdy, guys, be serious. Wolves are winning the Prem. Hey, they keep playing like they did against Arsenal. You can't keep meeting teams with the luck that Arsenal have got. And Lewis says, think I've found something to watch with football now. Good lad, Lewis. Honestly, we have a nice chat in here. We've got loads of cool, fans from all different clubs. And Swifty's always in here. He's a massive Notts County fan. We've got Joe here, who's a Gateshead fan. Even though he'll tell you he's a Newcastle fan, he's actually a Gateshead fan. Adrian, hi Key, mate. How's it going? How are you feeling, Adrian, after the derby, the Time Weir derby? Paul, how's it going? Joe says, Key, you have to say the Mackems flag on Sunday was utterly embarrassing. You definitely won the flags. Yeah, Newcastle are winning the flags in the Time Weir derby. I'm just going to say that, Sunderland fans. Newcastle won the flags. They're definitely ahead on Tifos, if nothing else. FMI, I gotta go get up my eldest from college. Laters, lad, keep up the great lies. Bloody hell, your eldest putting in some graft, mate, if he's still at college now. Good lad, you're raising him well. Good lad, take it easy, man. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. And I love your content too. Go and check him out, everyone. Mr. Izuku says up the Sunderland. How out? Eddie, how out? Come on, surely that's a bit excessive. Come on, Cardiff. Let's get an opening goal here, first half. Definitely need a goal first half. Buonanotte, not been in it. I've not even seen him have a kick. He's been all over the place, Buonanotte. Nick says, love it when you see Arsenal score goals. Up the hate-alongs from a gooner. Life of Reese says, hey, how was the Tifo bad? I was being facetious, Reese. I was just saying that, yeah, Newcastle won the Tifos. You won the game, you got the 3 points, but Newcastle won the Tifos. Dylan says FIFA introduces a £45 World Cup ticket after backlash. Chelsea are in, should be. Good save from Trott, very good save. Paul says first time here, loving it. Good lad, stick around, Paul. We're live all the time. Every day. We do plenty of League One as well. Stockport a few times as well. Stockport letting me down a number of times this season. Vincent Jamie Lane, Wolves, they'll be lucky to win one match under Edwards, never mind win the league. And Joe says even Howe has said this season's going to be challenging with a completely different dynamic. So are you not Howe out then, Joe? Because I'm hearing a lot of people saying Howe out and it's getting a little bit concerning. It's getting a bit reactionary. Life of Reese is a black cat killing a magpie. And Ethan says, Keith Thomas for the ball knowledge trophy. Hey, stick around a bit longer before you give me that. Christ. Erdy says, I'm paying more attention to you than the game. I mean, that's almost a compliment, isn't it, Erdy game? That's almost a compliment, but the game's not been brilliant so far. We've not really seen any shots on target. Chelsea just had the first one there meaningfully. Not really an awful lot going on otherwise. But Cardiff are doing well. I think if you'd have offered Cardiff, listen, 30 minutes in, you're holding your own. Chelsea haven't really threatened. You've had a couple of half chances down the other end, but nothing major. The only danger for Cardiff is they've got a couple of players on yellow cards in the opening half hour. Isaac Davis, what a run this is. Unlucky, he just got crowded out there. Joe says, why would you be? Well, I don't know why anyone would be Eddie Howe out at this point, but some people inevitably are. Vincent Jamie Lane says, UTP. Up the posh, is that? And for yourself, Dylan, did you know that 1,200 players in Turkey have been sanctioned and suspended due to... Oh, Christ. I can't even say that word, Dylan. Joe, it's exactly like the slot situation and I'm you. Well, then the next few weeks are going to be fun for you. You need a result tomorrow night, don't you? It might start to get on top again if you were to go out against Fulham. I feel like that might just tip things. Not to the point where I think you should, because you definitely shouldn't get rid of Eddie Howe. He's a top manager, but it'll start to just get on top a little bit if you're not careful. Real 675. Do you prefer Madrid or Arsenal? Arsenal, yeah. I like Arsenal. I've no problem with Arsenal. I just think Mikel Arteta's a bit of a pleb. Doesn't play particularly good football. But yeah, I definitely prefer Arsenal to Real Madrid. Cardiff are in. Come on. Get it in, lad. Yo! So close. Big save from Jorgensen. First massive chance of the game. Isaac Davis down the left-hand side. It's a wonderful chance. Cuts inside. He beats his man. Who is it who he gets in front of there? Is it a Champong? Oh, it takes it a couple of deflections, actually. I think he beats a Champong. Gets in. Strike. And it comes off Moise Caicedo. And then a big save. It was going to be an own goal, that. Moise Caicedo, it was going in. It would have been an own goal from Caicedo. Big save from Jorgensen at his near post. Now it's a corner to Cardiff. Come on, the Bluebirds. Cleared away by Chelsea. Don't strike it from... Why are you trying to have a... Honestly, do you think... When the ball's coming down like that, what goes through these players' minds? Like, no disrespect intended, but you're playing in League One, right? I like the ambition. I love the ambition. But the ball's coming down out the heavens. It was basically like stadium roof height. It was coming down. You've got players rushing towards you. You're 40 yards out and he goes for the volley. As if he's going to pull off some Zidane in a Champions League final type goal. Just take it down and keep hold of it. Now Chelsea have got the ball back. You're not going to see the ball for a couple of minutes. Joe says, key to all the glory hunters, to be honest. They're embarrassing, sick of sitting in my end, to be honest. Comes as soon as you get a bit of success, mate. I'm telling you, you'll get to a point quite quickly, I think, where you'll feel it even more than I did. When you're going home and away with Newcastle, which you do, don't you? Inevitably, you're going to see a different type of fan arrive at those games when you get a bit of success. And it's not a nice type of fan. It's not a type of fan that you can recognise. It's a type of fan that you're looking at and you're thinking, they sit there for the full game, don't sing, usually just criticise, usually on the phone on some social media account, and they've got 14 bags from the club shop around them. Up the posh, down the wobblers. Oops, I mean the cobblers. And Paul says, we've got a proper youthful team. I think Chelsea have underestimated us. They have, well, listen, Enzo Maresca's done that with a few teams this season, so it wouldn't be surprising. And Tabomoyo says, think Liverpool are winning the Champions League. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I'll take that. Lewis says, who do you think will win the Prem? I think City, Lewis. Yeah, I'm expecting City will win it. Yo, Key, what's the score? It's 0-0, Jake, at the minute. CFC Max, we're going to lose. It's not been a particularly good first half from Chelsea, has it? Dylan Martin says Haaland is going to win the Ballon d'Or, and Real Madrid thinks the best award went to Ousmane Dembele. He won the best FIFA Men award. He did, but is he going to win it again? It's all political, let's be honest. It's all political. There's plenty of people who've won the Ballon d'Or who shouldn't have won it. And plenty of people who haven't won it who should have. Oh, it's unbelievable. Oh, it's so close from Cardiff, honestly. Keep getting little better touch in that final third and they're in. It's so close. Chelsea look a little bit vulnerable. As soon as that second press is beaten, and it's just the three fullbacks, and they're so wide. Look at the gap. Look at the gap between the first centre-back and the second centre-back. It's massive. It's huge. It's a massive gulf. If they get it wrong, the goalkeeper's further forward than his two centre-backs. They're doing what Strasbourg did against against Palace in the Cup. It's a new fandangled way of building up, and it's a really silly thing to do, in my opinion. Chelsea are going to get caught cold if they're not careful. Good play from Gittins. Giyu's not really done an awful lot today. Ethan, the cousin is a Chelsea fan, so if they lose, I will wind him up. I mean, I'm sure he'll just mention Palace and the fact that Liverpool are already out. And maybe City go out tomorrow, Ethan. So I wouldn't count your chickens just yet until City get knocked out or whatever tomorrow. Hopefully you beat Brentford, because we do not want Arsenal winning it. Here's Gittins. Oh, it's poor from Gittins. Joe, it's always directed at the same players as well. Willock, Ilanga. Christ. Might be something slightly deeper there. Jake says, what a game that was last night. Absolutely unbelievable game, wasn't it, last night? Man United 4, Bournemouth 4. Yeah, incredible. Just anyone but Arsenal. And William Godden says, yet again, Enzo Maresca makes too many changes and Tyrick George doesn't want to be on the pitch. Hang on a minute. What is the issue with Tyrick George? I thought he was like a really highly rated young player coming to... I mean, I know he was very close to a move to Fulham, wasn't he? Was it Fulham that he was on about going to and it just fell through in the end? Is that the reason, do you think he's seeing his arse a little bit? Is that the reason why he's not so happy? William says he's a lazy football player. He wants to leave and then he left in the summer. So basically what we're seeing is a player who wanted to go, didn't get the move that he wanted, and now he's throwing his toys out the pram. I mean, that's quite common, isn't it? That is really common. We've already seen that. Look at Baleba at Brighton. Baleba's exactly the same. He was very close to getting a big move to Man United, and he's been dreadful. He's been absolutely shocking for Brighton. They've been taking him off the pitch after about 45 minutes, 60 minutes in most games. He came off at half-time against Everton. Brighton lose. Came off after 55 minutes against Liverpool at the weekend. Brighton lose. He's been awful. Been really poor. William Godden says Jadon Sancho. Sancho's attitude isn't always about whether or not he's playing or whatever. He needs a certain specific environment for him to thrive, doesn't he? Lewis, what game are you covering tomorrow? Tomorrow we're doing Newcastle against Fulham, but I am going to be live early for that one, so it's a 8:15 kickoff, mate, but I'm going to be live at 7:15 so that we can watch the Man City against Brentford first half before kickoff. So I'll be live for both games effectively, but the one that'll be on the thumbnail on The other place. The one that will be on the thumbnail, the one that we'll be primarily focusing on is the Newcastle-Fulham game. Vincent Jamie Lane says City for another treble this season. And Dylan says Man City 3, Liverpool 0. We did it before, we can do it again. Hey, maybe. I doubt it though. Dabomoyo says, call me weird, but I think Arsenal are winning the quad. You're pretty weird, mate. Arsenal haven't won a bean for 6 years under Mikel Arteta. I think going from that to winning the quad is highly unlikely, especially if they keep playing like they did against Wolves. Jake, can't wait for Saturday. We are going to batter Spurs. Oh yeah, Liverpool Spurs are 5 Saturday, innit? It's going to be an interesting one. Right. Cardiff pushing forward. If anything is going to happen here, it is going to be, I'm pretty confident, a Cardiff goal. Isaac Davis crowded out. Chelsea get it away. Cardiff again. Keep hold of it. Here we go. Colwill. Get it in. Oh, you divvy. Gotta just get that in first time. Dabomoyo says, is Sobbo injured? Yeah, I think he is. I think he's out injured. Dominic Szoboszlai. Lewis just subscribed. Oh, cheers for that, mate. Thank you very much, Lewis. Appreciated. Very much appreciated. And Jake says, 3-0 to us, I reckon Hugo hat-trick. Well, Thomas Frank is on a knife edge, isn't he, with Spurs? He's very close to going, according to a lot of sources. Again, who would they replace him with? You would have to think that it wouldn't just be Spurs, it would be Man United and Chelsea. There's all sides looking at Oliver Glasner. And it might just be that Spurs take a gamble on Oliver Glasner as well. Daniel Amorim was scathing of his young players and was factually incorrect about so many of them. There was no effort from the journals because they're not well informed of football outside of the Premier League. I'm really surprised about that thing. Honestly, Harry Amas has been terrific for Sheffield Wednesday, and I thought United was stupid to let him go. I think he's a really top young fullback. It's amazing to me that United have spent big money on Dorgu, and they've got the young lad Diego Leon as well, the Paraguayan lad. They've got Luke Shaw over there. They're playing Delo out of position a lot of the time, or sometimes Mazraoui's playing out there. They're not really. It's like they're not committed to youth as much as they once were. Daniel, do you think the worst has passed with Liverpool? I always thought that, you'll know this, mate, because you've watched me. I always thought it was a little bit overrated, the drama with Liverpool. I didn't think we were never as bad as people were saying, but when we were winning, we were never as good as people. Like, we were top of the league going into September. We were flying. Oh, Chelsea giving it away. Strike! Miles wide. Turnbull, why didn't you take a touch there? He's got to take a touch there, Turnbull. Got to take a touch. That's really poor from Chelsea again. The centre-backs are just so lax at the back here. The 3 centre-backs of Chelsea are all over the place. Cardiff, if they want this, they've got it, I'm telling you. They want it, they've got it. Arsenal fans, focus. You're a liar. You was one of the people who was screaming about your manager. Well, again, you've got that bang wrong, mate. You've got that bang wrong. If you can find anywhere where I said Arne Slot out, you're wrong. Go and check it. There's not one clip. In fact, I'll give you any amount of money you want. Any amount of money. If you can find a clip of me saying Arne Slot, I want Arne Slot sacked, I'm telling you, you won't find it. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Joe Reese on his backup. Daniel says, Amorim was saying one player couldn't get off the bench for the championship team, so why would they start at United? The player's been injured. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, it's a yellow card for Moise Caicedo. Is it Moise Caicedo who's been booked there? I think it is. Moise Caicedo booked, yeah. Yellow card for the captain, Chelsea captain. Reece says Key has been slotting since he signed for the club, and Joe, money. Money, money, money. 1 minute to go. 3-star Reds, some Spurs fans talking of wanting Ange back. Cardiff chance! Big save at the back post from Jorgensen. 45 seconds left to go. It was Chambers. Back stick. Tell you what, if an ex-Arsenal player had scored, that would have been funny. Paul says we need to bring on Salaj and Willock. We've got this shit. And Jamie Weir, quick, clip him up in AI and get a few quid, lads. Yeah, get me in on what's the thingy banana? Nano banana. Get me in that. Alfred, the young players let Man U down yesterday, especially Yoro and Heaven. I mean, yeah, to be honest, Yoro and Heaven have not been particularly good for the last few weeks. Maybe even the last few months. But that's always been the type of club United are. They've always given young players a chance and a platform to thrive. It's half-time here. It's 0-0. Half-time, 0-0. Chelsea not exactly thriving. Talking of thriving, Chelsea are not thriving. It's not been a great performance from them. I think Barry Murphy will be very happy with what he's seen from his Bluebirds in the first half. With a bit more thought and a bit more composure in the final third, they might have actually pinched a goal in this one already. Chelsea, we haven't really seen anything from them as an attacking threat. I'm pretty confident if you're Enzo Maresca, you've got to be making changes. I don't know if there's any Chelsea fans with us tonight. I'm pretty confident there'll be one or two in the chat at least. But if you're a Chelsea fan, what are you saying at half-time here? What are you asking of these players? Are you changing things straight away? There's a lot of players on the bench they could bring in. There's João Pedro, there's Neto. You know, there's players who can come on and affect the game immediately. Maybe Reece James, just again, a bit more composure for Chelsea, get a foot on the ball in midfield. I honestly think they need something at the back. They need someone like Trevor Chalobah to just settle things down, a bit of experience, because Badiashile, Ashampong and Adrabayo are not it at the back. They are all over the place for Chelsea, and as it stands, they're going to give Cardiff a goal. Cardiff are pressing well. I don't want to take anything away from Cardiff, but they're getting gifted opportunities quite a lot of the time as well. Two Cardiff players on yellow cards as well, Isaac Davis and Callum Chambers. That's maybe a factor at play for Brian Barry Murphy to consider, whether he brings on someone like Willock maybe, or maybe Salic as well. Bring him on for Callum Robinson and get things going. David says, come on Cardiff, Welsh win. Cardiff have played really well, especially in defence and midfield. Just need to work on that final third. Also, Caicedo clapping the ref the little right. Caicedo, honestly, I'm 99, but is he trying to get Christmas off? He got sent off against Arsenal. I think he's just trying to get Christmas off so he can go and spend Christmas with his man in Ecuador. Paul says, Cardiff fan living in Winsford Key. You know I need cheering up. And Daniel says, you did say slot out if he didn't win the next game, and he didn't. That is not true. I didn't say slot out if you didn't win the next game. There's no way I said that. There's no way I would ever have said that. Ever. I'm flat out denying it. There's no way I would have ever said slot out. Because I hated the very people who were saying that. I've always said the whole notion of slot out was ridiculous. And the only thing I have once said in criticism of the guy is, if he keeps picking Alexis McAllister and he starts him against West Ham, I will lose my head. That's what I said. If he keeps picking Alexis McAllister and we lose, then I'll be absolutely raging at him. Then I will start to point the finger at him. And actually, he dropped him against Leeds. Either way, he played him against West Ham, but we won. And generally speaking, we played quite well since West Ham. Whatever happened against West Ham, which we know what that was, Mo Salah getting dropped, the whole system changing, we've played a lot better since. So, yes, change to the system, Liverpool playing better. Erdy Gaming, who do you think is the best club in London? Best club in London? I think if Liverpool didn't exist, let's say. If Liverpool didn't exist, let's say we lived in a world where I could just freely choose. Let's say I didn't have a dad like I've got that can... My dad was a Liverpool fan since the 70s and I was always going to be a Liverpool fan when I was born. But I guess if I didn't have that and I just had free reign to pick whoever I want and it had to be a London club, I think I'd be a West Ham fan. I quite like West Ham. I quite identify with the culture of the club. So I think I'd probably be more West Ham. Certainly not Chelsea, certainly not Arsenal, and I wouldn't be a Spurs fan. I think I'd be either a West Ham fan. I'm too working class to be a Fulham fan. It'd have to be maybe Palace. Maybe West Ham or Palace. They'd be my two teams if I was a London football fan. Vincent Jamie Lane says Spurs be mad to sack Frank has none of his own players in yet. Jan, he gets Tony and Damsgaard. He started with a squad that finished 17th last season and lucky to be in the Champions League. Dylan, do you watch WWE? I don't, mate, no. No, not since about 2005. I think that was the last time I watched WWE. And just funnily enough, I think John Cena's just finished, hasn't he? One of my mates is still into WWE. He told me John Cena retired the other day. I stopped watching wrestling pretty much as John Cena became a wrestler. So around about that time, I stopped watching it. Just to give you an indication of, end of the Attitude Era. That was kind of me out. Welsh Wing says Millwall or QPR. Nah, not Millwall. I could maybe get a push through QPR. Red Rebellion, Palace. Yeah, Palace or West Ham. I think they'd be my two. Callum, which one of these are in League One? That's true. Chelsea's certainly not playing like the Premier League side. I think Isaac Davis has played really well. He's done well. I mean, he's booked, so he probably won't complete 90 minutes. Whether that's due to the ref or him getting subbed off. But he's played quite well, hasn't he, Isaac Davis? Done well. Sam Savini, evening mate. Hope you're good. Do you believe in this Arsenal bottling opinion? Because I don't see how a team can bottle it in December. Bottling it that's more related surely to how Arsenal have been previously. Like you've had leads at the top and you've thrown them away. And I think it's also pointed and slightly aimed at the fact that you've spent more than anyone else. So I think bottling it is it's expectation versus what you've actually delivered, and Arteta has delivered very, very little in the last 6 years, given 1 billion plus has been spent. So yeah, I think that's where the bottling comes from. But I agree, you've certainly not got the league wrapped up yet. City are bang on your tail, so there's still time. Erdy says, what is your favourite sport except for football? I haven't really got one, mate. I'm really sad. I am totally and utterly devoted to football. I'm from St Helens originally. That's where I grew up. So I've still got a bit of a love of rugby league because that's baked into you when you're from St Helens. So rugby league, I don't mind. I don't mind darts. That's pretty much it, to be honest. But I can live, if I never watched either again, I'd be quite happy. I love football, full stop. I watch a game of football every single day, all over the world. I love them. Daniel, you say you like Arsenal, but every possible question versus Arsenal, you pick always the opposition team, no matter the team. When? Which one? Which question? That's not true. I was asked before, which one do you prefer, Real Madrid or Arsenal? And I said Arsenal. That's not true. That's evidently not true. That's already been disproven in this live. Lewis says, what do you think of Salah? He shouldn't have said what he said, and if he hasn't apologised, and I was Arne Slot, I wouldn't have had him playing for Liverpool again. And I love Liverpool. They are my team, and I've followed them my entire life. And Mo Salah's one of my favourite ever players. But there's absolutely no way that you can tolerate a player saying what he said. So for me, if he hadn't apologised, hopefully he has behind the scenes. I don't know what's happened, what's been said. We don't know. But if he hadn't apologised, he wouldn't be playing for Liverpool again. Don't matter how big he is. Taylor says, we are shite so far. That's true enough. Not good from Chelsea so far. And Tom says, my opinion, Isak is lazy. Not good enough to wear the number 9. That's a wild opinion, Tom. What on earth are you basing that on? Daniel says, is there a possibility Isak turns into Chelsea Torres? I guess so. There's always the chance. You never know. Until you sign a player, you never really know. There's wonderful players who've gone to football clubs and it hasn't worked out. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not a good player. Like, how many players have gone to clubs, left, and still done wonderful things? It's happened loads of times. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. We've seen it with United. Look at United. How many players? Diego Forlan. Juan Sebastian Veron. Juan Sebastian Veron was absolutely probably one of, if not the best centre mid in the world when they signed him. He was unbelievable. Went to United, was top class. Angel Di Maria, another one. There's loads of players in the Premier League who've come to the Premier League. It hasn't quite worked out for whatever reason. Sometimes culture, sometimes team fit, chemistry, manager's system. there's all these different factors at play. It doesn't necessarily mean, well, they failed because they're not a good player. So Alexander Isak is a top quality centre forward. Has it worked out for him thus far? We don't really know because he hasn't played enough football for us to even reasonably determine that. Vincent says, Arsenal are the bottle jobs of the Premier League. Get over it, Gunners. Or start winning trophies. And Red Rebellion says, I think we're signing Semenyo, which would be great for Isak and Ekatike. I hope not. I don't want us to sign Semenyo personally, but each to their own. Jake says, fans who say slot out should be getting a red card and a 3 weeks ban from supporting Liverpool. And Sam, I personally am fully behind Arteta. He has this season, though, either Premier League or Champions League, or he's gone. Wow, you'd actually sack him. If he didn't win the Prem or the Champions League, you would sack Arteta. Wow. There you go. From an Arsenal fan, you heard it here first. They'd sack Arteta if he doesn't win the Prem or the Champions League. Crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I agree he's under pressure. I'm not saying crazy in the sense of I think it's wild that you're saying that. It's just the first time I've heard an Arsenal fan verbalise that. I agree with you. I think he should be under massive pressure, given the amount he's spent and the amount of time that he's had to deliver a major trophy. If he doesn't deliver the Prem or the Champions League, or at the very least, you know, an FA Cup and a bloody good run at both, maybe a Champions League final or something, you know, you want serious signs of progress from Arsenal. I don't feel like we've seen that. Vincent Jamie Lane says Liverpool should have swerved Isak after refusing to play and train for his previous club. Bad egg, in my opinion. He didn't refuse to train. He definitely... People keep getting that wrong. He never refused to train. He absolutely trained exactly as they asked him to. He just trained in a different time and a different area of the club, away from every other player. They asked him to train at a different time after everyone else had left. But yeah, in terms of refusing to play... Unfortunately, that's the modern game nowadays. It's not necessarily refusing to play. It's right, Alex. Are you gonna be fit for this weekend, mate? Because we really need you. And he goes, yeah. Oh, I'd love to, boss. I'd absolutely love to. I tell you what, though, my back's sore. I've got a right strain. Got a real strain in the back, and that's all it is. It's not refusing to play. It's not refusing to play. It's engineering the move. It's the same as diving. It's not diving. He bought the foul. It's that. We can tolerate buying the foul. We can tolerate that. We don't like it, but we can tolerate it. We do it when our club does it. When our player goes down, if it's not a dive, well, there's enough contact there. He threw himself to the floor, but there was a little bit of contact. That's all it is. It's just the way players have to get out of clubs nowadays, unfortunately. It's happened to Liverpool. I've been on the other end of that. Coutinho did it to us. Coutinho said we was meant to be playing him against Watford, and he said, I've got a back strain. It's always a back strain, because it's the hardest thing to diagnose for physios. It's impossible for physios and MRIs and things like that to diagnose. They can't do it. They just say, back's hurting, back strain. Can't play tonight, boss, back strain. So they leave him out. And they know what it is. Managers aren't stupid. They just go, all right, fair enough. Doesn't want to play. Ronnie Dodge, hey, how's my favourite Scouser? Crazy game last night for the neutral. Think we're missing De Ligt or Maguire to organise that back line. You're definitely missing something, mate. And Clarky, did you watch that match last night, Key? I was at the game. Oh, nice. Where did you sit, Clarky? Whereabouts in the stadium are you? LG says Tommy Asu to Ajax confirmed. And Juventus says, I'm telling you, Liverpool would not struggle against Cardiff City in the quarters. Well, you know, I don't know about that, mate. Liverpool have not had a brilliant season, and Cardiff aren't playing badly, by the way. Chelsea haven't turned up, but let's balance that with Cardiff have played quite well. They're a good side. Red Rebellion says even Suarez got out to play in matches by biting players' ears, yeah. And Vincent Jamie Lane says he went to train in Spain, Key, and brought a statement out saying he wouldn't play for Newcastle again. And again, like I said, I don't like it, but I understand it. It's an accepted part of football nowadays. If you've got a player who is refusing to, or rather, if you've got a club who are refusing to play ball, I personally believe that Alexander Isak would still be at Newcastle right now if he hadn't have done what he did. And he wasn't prepared to stay at Newcastle any longer. Newcastle had already broken promises to him. So if it's a two-way street, it's a relationship at the end of the day. If Newcastle are breaking promises to the player, I think at the end of the day, you've got to say, well, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I've got an opportunity to leave. I want to leave. But we don't want to sell you. Right, okay, well, I won't play then. Oh, sorry, I've got a back strain. That's all it is. It's just playing the game at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that is all it is. The clubs do it to the players do it to the clubs. It's just modern football. And it's not even modern football. That has been happening going back to the 70s and the 80s. It's really common. I've heard older players talking about that on podcasts as well. Red Rebellion says Isak trained at a club he used to play for. He did. He went out to Spain, but again, he only did that while Newcastle were in Korea. Weren't they in Korea? I think Newcastle were on tour in Korea, and he flew out to Spain to go and train and do warm weather training while that was going on. DCL has more goals than Gyökeres. Let that sink in. And Sam says, we've proven we can beat anyone in one game. However, we can also play like we did against Wolves. Yeah, poor from Arsenal, wasn't it, against Wolves? Garnacho and João Pedro coming on for Chelsea here. This could change an awful lot in the second half. You'd imagine this sparks Chelsea into life a little bit. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly who for. Gunners94, if Arteta was to win the league or the Champions League, got to be careful at the same time. Gunners94, Key, have you stopped celebrating Wolves' goal yet? I've not, mate. No, I'm still going. Joe says, warm weather training my arse. It's true. It's good for you. It's good for your muscles and everything. 38 for 28. Who's come off? And Garnacho's coming on for... Come on, ref. Pull your finger out. Red Rebellion, plus Isak has his own personal training team. He does, yeah, here we go. Here's the two changes for Chelsea. Mark Guiu off for João Pedro, that's a start. And Garnacho for Tyrick George. We thought that, didn't we? There was a few Chelsea fans in the chat saying Tyrick George, very lazy, not playing very well. You know, he hasn't covered himself in glory since he didn't get the move he wanted to Fulham this summer. So, you know, time will tell. Paul says, Key, you know your shit, fair play. I'm definitely staying around for the football education. Football education. Oh, I tell you, you've set me a very high bar there, Paul. I'm gonna have to try and maintain the standards. I don't think many people would agree with you, but I do my best, mate. Red Rebellion, Liverpool have not signed Isak for only a handful of games, so to write him off at your own peril. That's true. Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, we've signed him on a 6-year contract. He's not at Liverpool for the short term. 6 years. Right, we're off and underway at the Cardiff City Stadium. Second half, Chelsea have brought the big guns on, if we can call Garnacho and João Pedro that. But they've brought a couple of big guns on. Thank you very much for that, Lewis. What a guy. Do you think Everton will beat Arsenal, says Liam. I hope so. I'm rooting for Everton in that one. But something tells me no. I think Arsenal will do them quite easily. Do you think Isak will become good? Yeah, like I said, write him off at your peril. But it's also fair to say that we've had a number of players in the Premier League who haven't gone how we would have maybe expected them to. Lots and lots of top signings. You know, everyone thought when Manchester United signed Romelu Lukaku, it was as close to a guaranteed thing. Romelu Lukaku from Everton, he was probably one of the best centre-forwards in the Premier League, at Everton as well. Scoring hatfuls. Goes to Man United, turns into Adi Akinbaye. He was awful. He was like a big lump up front for United, wasn't he? He just didn't have the same pace. Didn't feel like he could be as mobile or as... He was a bully at Everton. He was an absolute bully at Everton. He was such a handful for defenders. Wasn't quite the same at United. And... yeah, you can apply that to a number of players over the years who haven't quite worked out where you thought they are a surefire thing. What are Chelsea doing here? This is a shocking pass. Isaac Davis. Oh, unlucky. Really poor again from Chelsea. Daniel says that Amorim clean sheet doesn't surprise me, knowing he hadn't won 2 matches in a row in a year. But when you compared him to the Premier League's worst managers, cemented his disgraceful legacy as an awful manager. Certainly an awful defensive manager. And what baffled me is last night, Gary Neville was praising him. Gary Neville was full of praise for Ruben Amorim last night. It was crazy. Baffling to me. But there you go. To each their own. He was praising Amorim and saying what a wonderful, wonderful style it was that Man United kept going and kept going and kept going. Conceded 4 at home to Bournemouth. I'm not being funny, they should have lost. They were quite fortunate in the end. Jake says, Man U fans crashing out after that draw last night, and I love it. Cardiff, the old switcheroo. Just need to be a little bit calmer on the ball here, Cardiff. They settle it down. They do need to quicken things up, though. I know that's maybe a contradictory. Settle it down, quicken things up. They're just a little bit lackadaisical on the ball. And if they stop dilly-dallying and just speed things up half a step while remaining calm, they'll get there. But it's a bit too lethargic. Look at that. Long down the touchline. Give it away. You need to speed it up. This is Premier League level. These players are going to start zipping passes into each other and it's just going to be bam, bam, bang and they're in. Vincent Jamie Lane says, I'm not saying Isak is a poor player, just that he has forced moves from both previous clubs and looks selfish in a team game. Ekatike scores for fun. Can't see him getting replaced by Isak. He won't get replaced, Vincent. Yeah, he won't get replaced at all. They're going to play together. Liverpool are playing 4-4-2. That's why you're going to see Mohamed Salah leave. You're probably going to see Cody Gakpo leave. In the short term and in the long term, Liverpool are going to be playing with 2 centre-forwards. Isak will 100% be one of those. So, it might be Isak and Ekatike. I'm sure we'll be signing at least one more centre-forward to play in that system. That's brilliant play again. Isaac Davis. He's been brilliant tonight. And again, a champong all over the place. Here's Davis again. He's got him on toast. Get at him, lad. Go on. Oh, unlucky. Don't hit it. Plenty of players in the box for Cardiff. You can't say they're not committing men forward. Cleared away. Too easy. Adam says they're only ahead of us on goal difference in our worst season and they're in their best form in recent years. Like I said, they were saying that about Bryan Mbeumo. What a player Bryan Mbeumo is. It's incredible. And yet he's on roughly the same number of goals and assists as Mohamed Salah this season. With Salah being left out of games and Liverpool fans saying he's having a horrendous season. Red Rebellion, we have signed 2 strikers. I don't see the issue here. Yeah, well, exactly. We've signed 2, but you need 4 ideally, don't you? And to be honest, the 2 that we signed haven't really had the opportunity to play together. Here we go. Cardiff in the box. Good chance. Oh, a bit easy. Too easy for Jorgensen, that. Joel says, Key, do you think Mukiele or Brobby should have been sent off? No. Mukiele on Burn, you're not going to get a red card for that. I feel like that's a coming together. It's unfortunate, but I don't think you can send him off for that. Brobby, maybe a touch fortunate not to get a second yellow. But again, there's been many examples of that as well. I think it doesn't change the result at the end of the day. The only side who were interested in playing in that game was Sunderland. It wasn't Newcastle. Performance-wise, I honestly don't think Newcastle had a gripe. Like, you could argue maybe Sunderland didn't do enough to win. That's probably fair. You know, Voltemada sticks it in his own net. Newcastle, certainly, on another day, if you don't take your chance, and to be honest, they didn't even create anything. Newcastle didn't create a thing. They were awful. Absolutely. That's one of the worst performances I've seen from Newcastle. Dreadful. In that sort of a game as well. Chelsea winning it back here. Cardiff giving it away. Far too easy. Can't do that against Premier League teams. Here's Gittins. Lays it off. Caicedo. Inside. Strike. Too easy. Good block. Again. Better from Cardiff. Got to defend a bit sharper than that. Big Dunk. Hello, lad. How are you? Good to see you, mate. How's things? How are you feeling ahead of this weekend against Arsenal? Joe says not many teams have performed there, to be honest. That's true. That's true. They are very good at limiting teams, and I get that. But even teams that have gone there have at least give them a bit of a game. I'm not saying not... They've done well. They've got a great home record. But Everton went there and gave them a game. You know, Arsenal went there and were in front. Newcastle are a side that are aspiring to be in and around the Champions League places. At the very least, I would have expected him to have created one really clear chance. They didn't. Not even one clear chance. It was crazy. And for a derby, that's unforgivable for me. Daniel said, would you like to see Frimpong play right back or right mid in a 4-4-2? Right back. I think that's what we end up doing. Box midfield, and it almost becomes a back three with Gravenberch dropping in or another number 6, whoever it ends up being. McAllister's probably going to go as well. Red Rebellion, 2 of them will never play. No way we can have 4 strikers when first team squad limit is 25 players. What are you on about? Of course we'll have 4 strikers. We're playing with mate, I'm telling you, I absolutely guarantee you, Red Rebellion, I promise you, Liverpool are playing with 2 centre forwards going forward. As soon as Mo Salah leaves for the AFCON, which he's done now, Liverpool will play with Ekitike and Isak whenever they possibly can. If those 2 are fit, they'll play. They'll play. Daniel says, rank the shin kickers. Caicedo, Guimaraes and Joe Linton. Chelsea with a flick on near post. Probably the first real chance they've had this game, Chelsea. Garnacho there. Big Dunk says, Newcastle have been crap. Can see Eddie Howe getting the sack. No chance. This is better from Cardiff. Come on, keep them out. Poor. Good evening, the Legend FK. Hope things are good. Yeah, all good, mate. How's things with you? Jake says, what a weekend that was. We won, Everton lost, and Man U drew. James Bullen, what game are you watching, mate? He's back. How you going, James? Daniel, well, we've done that one, sorry. Kevin Davina. Kevin Davina or Jamie Vardy? Who's Kevin Davina? 3-star Reds, when does the AFCON start, Key? Players have left for the AFCON today, so the official kind of first day meeting up with the national sides are today. Chelsea chance must be... Oh, what a block that is! What a fabulous block that was! Who was it who blocked it? It's absolutely brilliant. Gittins cleared away. That's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. It was Callum Chambers again. Callum Chambers at the back saving Cardiff there. That was nearly a Chelsea goal. I think once they go 1-0 in front here, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. But here is the change that a lot of these Cardiff players were hoping for. The Cardiff fans. Salech is coming on. Cardiff's top scorer this season. Yusuf Salech. Coming on for Callum Robinson as well. He's not really seen much of him tonight, Callum Robinson. He's not really been involved in the game an awful lot. But, hey, there's another chat. Willock's coming on as well, I think. Is it Willock? I think it is. I think it's Willock and Salech coming on. So it's Robinson going off for Salech. And Willock, I think, about to come on for Isaac Davis. That's a real loss. Davis is... I know he's on a yellow card. I get it. I understand the thinking. But I think that's a bit of a blow. It's a real shame for him to come off, because I think he's been Cardiff's best player tonight. Erdy Gaming, who do you think Liverpool should sign? We need a centre-back and we need a centre-forward at the very least, and a number 6. Basically, we need a whole new spine. 3 players right down the middle. Red Rebellion, Slaughter's already played Frimpong at right wing, so if he's fit for this weekend, possibly could play down the right. And Frimpong plays right wing for the Netherlands. He plays right wing back for the Netherlands, doesn't he? Not necessarily right wing. But, yeah, I feel like that's what Liverpool end up doing, is we end up having Kirkes and Frimpong high as our wing backs, and we have Van Dijk and Kanate, or Van Dijk and whoever it ends up being, with a number 6 dropping in to make it almost a back 3 at times. And then, oh, Chelsea, what have you done? Cardiff have given it away. It's too easy. Should be 1-0. It is. Oh, it's absolutely dreadful. And it's Garnacho who's put it away. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking from Cardiff. And it's such a shame. They have been the best side all night. Oh, it's just absolutely just a dreadful, dreadful moment from Lawler. Lawler at the back. He gives it away. And Cardiff are a goal down. Oh, I tell you what, that might just ruin the night for Cardiff. 30 minutes to go. They've got to now find a way to get back in the game. Oh, it's terrible. It's unforgivable. Lawler, he passes it straight into... Who is it he gives it to there? Is it Buonanotte? Just gives it to Buonanotte. And it's 3-on-1. They're charging at him, and it's just an easy pass. Rolls it into Garnacho. Nice finish from Garnacho. It's so poor. But Cardiff are probably going to regret that one, sadly. It's not often you come from behind to get something against Chelsea. It's going to be a big night now for him. Big test, big challenge. Paul says, high ball in the box. We've got goals. For God's sake. Oh... Red Rebellion says we're not going to play with 3 centre-backs and 2 right wing-backs. What are you on about 2 right wing-backs? Who's your 2 right wing-backs? It's not 2 right wing-backs. It's not 2 right wing-backs. Only 1. Frimpong, that's it. That's it. It'll be a 4-4-2 in possession and a 4-4-2 in possession and a like kind of a 3-5-2 out of possession. The Legend FK, I sometimes still call it the Coca-Cola Cup. Yeah, the Worthington Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup, the Carling Cup. It's been a few, hasn't it? The Milk Cup, yeah. Jake, why would we need a striker? We already have 2 because we're going to play with 2 up front, I'm telling you. So it's going to be, we probably need 4. That's pretty much what all 4-4-2 system clubs play with. So I imagine we will end up with 4. Ben says you only sing when you're winning. The Legend FK, Man City have to be the favourites for the Carabao Cup. Up to this point, yeah. And James Bullen, that's the pressure that Premier League teams can put on lesser teams. Chelsea are in again here. Should be 2. Oh no, he's kept it away. Good chance, must be. João Pedro. They're just falling apart here. Oh, what a save! Buonanotte with a strike. And it's a wonderful save from Trott. Perry Ng giving it away. Vincent says Cambridgeshire is blue. And the Legend FK, I agree, we need more signings. Viva Garnacho, says CFC Max. And the Legend FK, Coca-Cola Cup sounded so good. For one thing, the logos always look nice. Yeah, that's the one we won in 96 we won the Coca-Cola Cup. Yeah, Fowler and McManaman. Mark Walters, wasn't it, who scored in the final? Played against Jason McAteer in the final, didn't we? And wasn't... Oh no, it was Bolton. Was it Bolton? Wasn't Fulham. It was Bolton, wasn't it? I'm sure we played against Jason McAteer's Bolton and we signed him off the back of that. Ronnie Dodge says, sorry Key, I can't stand Garnacho. And Jake says, then what striker would you sign? Striker would I sign? I really like Max Burkhardt. I liked him at Mainz last season, and I like him even more at Eintracht Frankfurt. I think Max Burkhardt's a very Liverpool type of player. Different type of player to the one we've got as well. Ben says 95. 95. Disappointing, I call it 96. Poor from me, that. Vincent Jamie Lane says, what's happened to all the young academy strikers at Liverpool? What young academy strikers at Liverpool? Apart from Fowler and Owen, we've never really had any. We've had some wonderful young players who've come through with huge reputations, but have never actually done an awful lot when they've come in. Neil Mellor, he was one. Got a gig at Sky off the back of it, but, Neil Mellor didn't really do much. Craig Linfield, Nathan Eccleston. I can name your top young centre-forwards. What was his name? Christian Nemeth. Christian Nemeth, the Hungarian wonder kid. He was another one. Loads of young players. Jerome Sinclair. We've had lots of young talent come through at Liverpool who everyone professed to be this wonderful, young, amazing next talent. Rhian Brewster, of course, won the Golden Ball. Liverpool don't have centre-forwards coming off the academy line, sadly. Red Rebellion says Frimpong played right wing back for Leverkusen with Alonso 3 at the back system. Liverpool never play 3 centre-backs, not under any of our managers. Well, that's not true. We have played 3 centre-backs with Arne Slot, out of possession. That's been talked about an awful lot. Gravenberch dropping in alongside Van Dijk and Canate. It's quite frequent. Out of possession, that's often how we play. Split the full-backs. Canate very wide. Van Dijk very wide. Gravenberch dropping in. Almost as a bit of a sweeper. Ben, Danny Pacheco. I met him in Picasso Airport in Malaga. Because he was playing for Malaga at the time. And he was flying back to Liverpool. Chris Povey says, Dan's good shout, but will he ever break into the team full time? Dan's as well, yeah. Chelsea are in here again. Could be 2. Good tackle from Trott. He's done well. He's kept Cardiff in it. There's still time here for Cardiff. Chris Povey says, we haven't produced a striker in years. And Liverpool away kit in that year was gorgeous. Diagonal white and green squares. I've got that kit. Good kit, wasn't it? Golden ball. It's not strictly pal. Is it Golden Boy? Is that what I called it? Golden ball. Sorry. Red Rebellion says most teams have a midfielder falling back as centre-back that is in transition. That's what I said, yeah, out of possession. Out of possession, or rather in possession. We have a centre-back that'll drop in. Obviously, it's Gravenberch, and I think in an ideal world it wouldn't be Gravenberch. I think Slot would rather we have a Fabinho type, a more orthodox number 6. Get Gravenberch a bit higher up the pitch. Chris Povey, plans for Christmas, my mate. We've got the in-laws coming up, Chris. Yeah, we've got the in-laws coming up, so I'm going to be entertaining in the morning, opening presents for my little girl and the wife and stuff, and doing the whole Christmas shebang and making Christmas dinner and everything. And then about 5 o'clock, I'll give my little girl a kiss. I'll put her to bed. I'll say, off you go, love, and had a wonderful day with your presents and all that. Give her a kiss. Off she goes to bed. Give the wife a kiss. And I say, right, I'm off to work. I'm going watching footy with the lads and the lasses over at Premier League, Dad. We're going to be watching footy on Christmas Day. So that's my plans for Christmas. I'm going to be watching football with you. Might only be 2 of us in the chat, who knows? Might be me and one other, but I'll be here with me Christmas dinner. Maybe a little, I don't know, a little something. Might just be a Coke, just for the benefit of TikTok. Purely Coke in there, nothing else. Certainly not a stiff JD. But we'll get something like that going on Christmas Day. It'll be a laugh. So that's my plans for Christmas. Let me know yours. Very nice key, karaoke. Hey, maybe. Listen, the Saudi Pro League will be on, so it'll feel a little bit... Actually, surely I can't drink and do music during a Saudi Pro League game. Surely that is massively disrespectful. They don't like music and they don't like alcohol. I can't be doing that. That's massively disrespectful. So yeah, I can assure you there will not be a JD in that. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. What are we saying, Vincent? Just a posh then with strikers coming through the academy. Absolutely. Mr. Tombre says Jayden Dans looked promising, but now he's been injured for almost like 2 seasons. Yeah, I'd like Jayden Dans to get a bit more game time. I like him a lot. Yeah, good player. Gusto's coming on for Buonanotte. The Legend FK, I'm keeping my doors locked. We don't have in-laws. We might get outlaws instead. Hey, my in-laws are like outlaws, believe it or not. Jake says, my lineup without Salah is Ali, Bradley, Virgil, Konate, Kirkes, Frimpong, Grav, Dom, Vert, Isaac, Ekatike. I think that's what we'll probably go with, something like that till the end of the season. Pending players' fitness and all that stuff, but time will tell. Come on, Cardiff. 25, that's big last 25 minutes here. Liam says, isn't Bobby Clark still at Liverpool? No, Bobby Clark moved on. He went to Red Bull Salzburg and hasn't been seen or heard of since. Yeah, it's not quite worked out for him, really, at Bobby at Salzburg. He went there with Pep Linders, didn't he? But it's mad, honestly. Look, when you look at young players, like look at Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott came through the Spurs academy, now starting to get massive minutes with Alkmaar and playing well for Ireland. And you think about players like that, and there's definitely talent available. It's just that we're not finding them either. Either we're not finding them or we're not nurturing them at Liverpool. And it's a shame because we've always been, like Man United, a club that will give young players an opportunity. You look at Rio and Gamoa. Rio Ngamo was 16 years of age. He was starting Premier League games for us. I mean, the guy's absolutely going to be a big part of our future. We've basically not signed a left winger so that he will get more minutes with Cody Gakpo. And Arsenal aren't doing that, are they? Arsenal aren't doing that with Wanyeri. They're not doing that with Lewis Skelly. You know, Arsenal are bypassing those players, and they've packed in Hincapié and Calafiori on top of Lewis Skelly, so he's never really going to get minutes. And they've packed Madueke and Saka on top of Wanyeri. I think Wanyeri's a real talent. He should be playing more. Vin says, who do the in-laws support, Key? Any friendly rivalries over Xmas dinner, mate? Well, so it's interesting you say that. No, so my in-laws aren't really football mad, I'll be honest with you. However, one of them does have African heritage. So, I am, in his honour, I will be watching Cameroon against Gabon in the AFCON on Christmas Eve. So I'll be talking about that. That'll be a little talking point. So yeah, one of my in-laws does have African Cameroonian heritage. I'm basically African at this point. I'm not, just saying. I reckon if I needed to play, I could get... I could do a job for someone. The Legend FK says Jordan Ibe. Jordan Ibe came through. I mean, he was a winger, wasn't he? We had a few wingers as well who came through and didn't quite thrive. Tom Ince. Tom Ince was another one. He didn't really do all that well. Oh, unlucky Cardiff. That's better. Mr. Tom Ray says Bobby Clark is at Derby on loan, isn't he? Is he really? Honestly, I haven't followed his career that much since he left Liverpool and went to Salzburg. I know it wasn't quite working out for him in Austria, but it doesn't surprise me he's gone on loan to Derby. Derby doing quite well though, aren't they? Shay, evening Key, hope you're well. How are you doing, mate? How's things? How are you feeling after last night? Joe, is it Joel Matip? It isn't Joel Matip. No, but funny story. My dad did a bit of building work for Joel Matip when he was at Liverpool. He worked on Joel Matip's house. So, swings and roundabouts. He also did work for Graham Carter once, the former Liverpool kit man. And he gave me, this is going to sound a little bit creepy. I don't mean it to sound as creepy as it does. But he gave me Robbie Fowler's towel. From training, which is mad. It wasn't used, it had been washed, but it was Robbie Fowler's towel. And as a kid, that meant an awful lot to me. But it sounds a bit creepy in practice, doesn't it? The Legend FK, I hope we get a good atmosphere at the World Cup. Ticket prices can put people off. Well, they're doing a £45 ticket now at the World Cup. That broke today. World Cup prices, if you fancy going and watching it, you can get tickets now for as little as £45. I'm not promoting them. I really should get some cash from FIFA for this, really, shouldn't I? But yeah, £45 a game if you want to go and watch the World Cup. The Legend FK, we even had Victor Moses. Seemed good, but didn't last. Adam, JFT97, unwashed. I was hoping so, but it never, unfortunately... Oh, what are you doing? Oh, my God, nearly an own goal. Bagan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Even I panicked then. I'm not even a Cardiff fan. But very nearly a horrendous own goal from Bagan. Chelsea breaking into the box. Wonderful touch from João Pedro. And I tell you what, give him no chance. Very nearly put that in the bottom corner. But it's gone out for a corner to Chelsea. Last 20 minutes here at Cardiff City. Come on, Bluebirds. Let's have a goal. Let's put these to bed. Joe says, what towel? Well, players use towels when they were... It was a Reebok towel, so that's how far away... That's how long ago it was. It was when Liverpool was sponsored by Reebok. Key, the African Scouser, and Shay says, very close to deleting my channel and starting to watch darts or golf or something. What we saying? Sorry, Jake, did you see the FIFA Pro 11? It's a disgrace. I haven't, mate. No, I haven't. But again, people are always going to disagree with it, aren't they? Who would yours have been? Let me know yours. Chelsea corner again. Last 18 minutes here. I can't see Cardiff pinching one. It's anything, it's going to be a Chelsea goal. Great strike. Oh, a deflection. Another Chelsea corner. I think it was Lawler this time, wasn't it? Was it Lawler who got the block? Yeah. Lawler, the player who gave the goal away, does well to get the block there. Mr. Tombre says Bobby Clark has had 20 appearances for Derby so far this season. Has he scored? Has he got any? Has he contributed in any meaningful way? The Legend FK watched yesterday's match. Cunha was brilliant. Chance far post for Chelsea. It's going to be another corner. And Erdy says, if Kosovo qualify for the World Cup, I will go to the US and watch them. Beautiful country, Kosovo, isn't it? Big Dunk says, no Kanate in the FIFA Best 11. They ain't got a clue. Surprised they've not put Branthwaite in. Or Jimmy Garner for you. Oh, right. Another corner for Chelsea. This is just incessant pressure now. Chelsea, it's seeming very, very likely that they had a second and put this game to bed. But Cardiff on the counter-attack, you can't rule them out. Like I said, we've seen them at the weekend against Doncaster. They do not know when they're beaten, Cardiff. All season, not just against Doncaster, but all season. They don't know when they're beaten. They don't know how to lie down, this Cardiff side, and they've got a player up front in Salic who can score if given chances. They haven't really given one since he's come on. Chelsea in again down the left-hand side. That's a bit heavy. It's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, so just a reminder again for people who are watching, if you're new around here, if you haven't yet, please click like on the video. Please make sure you also click subscribe. I'm live every single day. We're live tomorrow for Newcastle against Fulham. On Thursday, we're going to be doing Napoli against AC Milan in the Italian Super Cup. It's going to be a massive game, that one. Italian Super Cup semi-final, Napoli against AC Milan. Inter Milan are playing Bologna on the other side, but we're going to be watching Napoli AC Milan. It's going to be a top game. Luka Modric against Scott McTominay. So yeah, we'll be live for Serie A on Thursday, and on Friday it's Swansea against Wrexham. So we're back in Wales. Cardiff today, Swansea on Friday. Good ball in, chance! Yes, they've done it! It's a goal! Is it a goal? Is it going to count? It is! It's 1-1! It's Turnbull, what a header! What a header! But what a cross! What a cross! I said you couldn't switch off on these on the counter-attack, and they've done it! Cardiff, have a bit of that, Chelsea fans! Have a bit of that. You've rested players. You've took your eyes off the ball. Maresca, he's underrated, Cardiff, from minute one. These have been fantastic in League One all season. They're top of the league for a reason. Is he onside? Not going to check it anyway. They've not got VAR in this, have they? But either way, he's on. I think he's on. It's a great run. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fabulous run from deep. And the Chelsea defenders completely and utterly switch off, as they have done so many times tonight. That Chelsea back line are all over the place. They're terrible. Absolutely dreadful. Nothing Jorgensen can do about it. It's a stunning header. Jorgensen, no chance. Turnbull, bang, have a bit of that. Yes, 1-1 Cardiff. Come on then, let's have it. Let's go and get a winner. Yes, please. Come on the Bluebirds. I love it. Let's have it. The Legend FK says Cardiff have Salah. What's Salah doing there? Salic. Yusuf Salic. What a cross. The Legend FK, Chelsea won't be winning much until they sort out that defence. Track your runners. It's simple. It's basic stuff. Track your runners. They're not doing it. Mr. Tombre, one assist only, but he's in the starting lineup 70% of the time. No, nice. Vincent says, wow, come on you Bluebirds. They're on the attack again here. Chelsea under pressure. Cardiff have got the tails up. Last 15 could be massive here. This is what we wanted. There's always a big game here. Come on. Yes, Lewis. Yes, Lewis. Joe says we've got these on Saturday. Yeah, it's at St James's Park as well, isn't it? 2 big games at St James's Park back-to-back. Chelsea and Fulham in the Cup. Newcastle, I'll tell you what, if Eddie Howe ever wanted to get the fans back on side, couple of wins there, that's the remedy, innit? Cardiff 40-1 to win this game before that goal. Let's go, Cardiff. Let's see them win on penalties. Hey, I don't think we've had... When's the last time... Have we had a penny shootout on this? When's the last time we had a penny shootout on this channel? I can't remember the last time we did a penny shootout on here. We definitely did a few in the Women's Euros. Oh, come on, Cardiff. Don't mess it up at the back again. Don't mess it up. What are you doing? No, they've given away. No! Oh, that's brilliant defending. Well done, Nathan Trott. Oh, and the keeper's been clattered there, but he did brilliantly. I tell you what, this Cardiff, it's kamikaze Cardiff. Kamikaze, that's what it is. Kamikaze Cardiff. Cardiff. That's what we're going to call him. Absolutely shocking defending at the back. Trott gives it away. It doesn't give it away. He did well, actually. Gave it to... Who was it who actually gave that away in the middle? It's unforgivable, that. Oh, it's a great save from the keeper. Keeper's been fantastic tonight. Nathan Trott's been different class. Absolutely different gravy. Alfie Viveka says massive Chelsea in it. And Paul says boom, high ball in the box. Cami is Japanese for God. Is it really? What does Kazi mean then? Because Kazi means toilet where I come from. God toilet, maybe. I don't know. Lewis says, I'm getting steaming. Come on, straight to pens after 90 in it. I think it might be, yeah. I think it does go straight to pens, no extra time. Terry Alford says, I remember when the mighty Plymouth beat Liverpool in the FA Cup. You don't have to remember that far. It was only last season, wasn't it? Can't be that far back. The mighty Argyle. We watched a lot of them on this channel as well last season. Really unlucky to go down in the end, Plymouth, weren't they? Good side. Saf says, Newcastle v Fulham. Who do you think wins that one? I think Fulham will give them a really good game, but I can't really bet against Newcastle at St James's Park. Top side. And you know, they always do well there. But Fulham in great form. Harry Wilson in unbelievable form. One of the most underrated players in the Premier League. I've said it all season. Top player. So, yeah, he could hurt Newcastle tomorrow, absolutely. Alf says, Cammy plus God also can be used to mean divine and card. Oh, divine wind. I did know that. That's been a quiz question before. The divine wind, yes. Reese says, Timbo Slice has been awfully quiet. Where's he disappeared to? He might be in Cardiff. Joel Colwell off. Alex Robertson on. Yeah, he's had a quiet game tonight, hasn't he, Colwell? And Liam says to think he nearly joined us on deadline day as well. Harry Wilson. I tell you what, that'd have been a really poor move on Fulham's part. Right. Long distance. They're going to pump it up the pitch, surely here. Trott sends it long. No, he's out to his fullback. Silly. Straight out of play. Oi, oi, oi. 10 to go, plus potentially penalties. Big last 10. Very big last 10. Palace have beaten us every time, says Saf. They have, and they've deserved to beat us, to be honest, haven't they? Threw it away in the Community Shield. Cardiff coming forward. Great pass. Chance. Oh, no, why didn't you put it in? Oh, you absolute divvy. Why didn't you put it in? Oh, shocking. Absolutely shocking from Cardiff. The Legend FK says, Key, is that a miniature Premier League trophy behind you? It is, mate, yeah. It is. It's holding my... In light of a Christmas tree behind me, I've got the garland type thing. It's a plant effect, I guess, and it's draped across the top. So holding it in place is a rather weighty little Premier League trophy. Yeah. Chelsea, chance. Oh, what a goal that is. What a goal that is from Pedro Neto. He's only been on the pitch a few minutes. That's absolutely stunning. And it's a real heartbreaker for Cardiff. Oh, it's a real heartbreaker, that one. But again, listen, they've brought it back once. They can bring it back again. It's not over yet. It really isn't over yet. Caicedo's going like that to the away fans. Come on, we need a bit more support from you. You got, behind the team for all of 5 minutes. The ball goes into... Who is it who lays it off here? Oh, it's a bit of deflection as well. It's a deflection, that. João Pedro plays it in. Oh, it's a massive deflection. Oh, deflected goal. Do you know what? This is, honestly, maybe it's just London clubs. Chelsea, Arsenal, Spawny. Look at the state of that. Nathan Trott takes that in and he just gathers it. That's going straight to him, that. And instead takes a massive deflection and in the far corner. It looked a wonderful finish, but it takes a massive, massive deflection. And Chelsea are 2-1 up going into the last few minutes here. Come on, Cardiff, turn it round. Al says I should order a World Cup trophy replica because I'll never actually see my country lift one. Well, I've got one of them coming as well. There's going to be a World Cup replica trophy here soon. Cardiff, ball in, headed out, chance! Off the bar! Oh, Turnbull again off the bar. Cardiff, they're not giving this up. They are not giving this up lightly. Ben says the last time this fixture happened was when the ref robbed Cardiff and Warnock became a meme. Was that when he stirs at the camera like that, comes at the camera like that? Or was it the one where he's literally looking at the ref like that for ages? I think it's that one, innit? Looking at the ref like that, just shaking his head. Love Neil Warnock. The legend FK says, I didn't see Chelsea losing this match anyhow. Chelsea v Man City next round. And Reece says, boring goal, that. Shay says Cardiff can get back into this, but that Chelsea keeper is awful. Right, well, Chalobah coming on for a Champong. It's been an absolutely bruising night for Josh Champong. Trevor Chalobah coming in to just provide a bit of experience at the back. Because, yeah, he's been poor, Champong. He's been given a really tough, torrid night by Isaac Davis before he went off. And, yeah, just hasn't really been at it tonight. Shay, Cardiff, we've done that one, sorry. Reece says you're going to buy one of the £45 World Cup tickets, Key. No, mate, you know me. I'm right here. I'm right here for every World Cup game. Live, watching it with you lads and lasses. Callum, I'm happy that Chelsea are winning. And Saf, I think City lose tomorrow against Brentford. Stranger things have happened. Jorrel Hato tries running. He's tried to run the fullback there. He's never going to do it. It's a great turn from Cardiff. Go on. Keep pressing him, lad. Go on, all the way back. Well done. Good lad. They're still chasing him down. Last 5 minutes, Cardiff. They're still pouring it in. Still time. Still a chance here. It's going to take something a bit special, but I wouldn't rule it out. Certainly wouldn't rule it out. Definitely still time if Cardiff can summon one last big push. I didn't see them getting one in this. They might yet get one more. Certainly wouldn't be a surprise. Now Chelsea being a bit laboursome, passing it around the back. They're taking a few risks here. Cardiff are going to have to commit a few bodies forward to try and get in search of an equaliser here. They're not going to do it by sitting back. They need to push more bodies forward. Match stats. Cardiff 10, Chelsea 17. Cardiff have had 4 on target to 6 for Chelsea. Touches in the opposition box, 15 for Cardiff, 28 for Chelsea. So, not necessarily a surprising scoreline when you consider them stats, but Cardiff, when they have decided to commit more men forward, they've done all right. They've certainly hurt Chelsea. We know they can hurt Chelsea. FC 35 score. It's Cardiff City 1, Chelsea 2. Pedro Neto, the goal scorer. Here he is. Alpha Vega says 90 plus 7, 2-2. We will be there. Chelsea, chance. Oh, claim for the handball. I don't think you're going to get it. No, not going to get a handball for that one. Yeah, listen, Cardiff got a 100th minute winner the other day. Literally the other day, they scored in the 100th minute of the game against Doncaster. It was 3-3, last minute, and Bagan with a winner. 90 plus 9, I think, or 90 plus 10. So, they can still do it late. We know they have got the wherewithal to go the distance. Callum says, do you think Cardiff City can score a late goal to send the game to penalties? I certainly hope so. I think they've played well enough to deserve it. If it did go to pens, I don't think you'd look at Chelsea and say, well, they've been hard done by there. They've kind of rolled the luck, Chelsea. Cardiff gave them a goal on a plate. In fact, you could argue that the only goal scored tonight has been, like, the only proper goal, the one where they've actually played really well to get it, was Cardiff. Chelsea got gifted the first goal. Lawler it was. Lawler absolutely put it on a plate for him. And then the second one was a massive deflection. So Chelsea haven't really deserved to be in front in this one, in my opinion. Liam Vernon says, just want to say my thoughts and prayers go out to those involved in the Australia attack. RIP. Absolutely agree with that sentiment, Liam. Couldn't agree more. What a horrendous world we live in at times. But, very nice to see we've got some wonderful people in the world as well. Because it wasn't just, you can look at things like that and see horrendous things, but you can also look and see the fact that, somebody literally ran up to a guy, armed, and took it off him, like risked his life for other people. So you can sometimes, it is a horrendous thing, of course, but that was a unbelievable moment as well. Callum says, why are Chelsea singing a very political song? Do they not like Wales teams? What's the political song? I can't hear it. I've not got the volume on. And Mr. Luke Etherington, how are you, handsome? Oh, a man after my own heart. Don't let my wife hear you say that. The legend FK, if Arsenal bottle the league, maybe Key can gift them the miniature trophy. And Reese, Wilfred Nancy speaks very similar to Ruben Amorim, which doesn't bode well. His teams defend like Ruben Amorim teams as well, don't they? Mr. Luke Etherington, I think football should scrap pens next season because I can't stand penalties. Will Fish coming on for Perry NG. Real Britannia, says Callum. And yeah, they should bring MLS penalties in, shouldn't they? Do the MLS style penalties. Erdy Gaming, who are you going to watch on New Year's? My full schedule will be out in due course. So just keep checking the channel daily. There's always going to be the next game on there. Tomorrow it's Newcastle Fulham. So I'll be live for Newcastle Fulham tomorrow. Make sure you've liked, make sure you've subbed. We'll be live for that one tomorrow for another big night of footy. And then, like I said, Thursday we're doing Napoli AC Milan, Super Cup semi-final, and Friday Swansea against Wrexham. And then back to the Premier League on Saturday. Couple of big games on Saturday in the Prem. Liverpool Leeds New Year's Day key. Payback, revenge. 6 minutes I've added on time here. 6, come on. Still time, Cardiff. There's definitely still time for you to pinch one. Definitely still time. 6 added minutes, there you go. It's added at the top. Come on. The Bluebirds are going to nick one, I'm telling you. They're going to pinch one and take us to pens. Paul says, I'm so proud of the Cardiff youth. Millions and millions behind, but you've done City proud. Let's now get back in the Championship. Oh, you lads are in the Championship for sure next year, Paul. Cardiff down the left-hand side here. Stood up. Chance. Oh, Itty. Yes, Itty. What are you doing? No. Stop fanning around. Penalty. No. Itty. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul, ref. Fucking shithouse. That's never a foul to Chelsea. That's never a foul, ref. No, that's not a foul. You're not getting a penalty for that. Never a penalty. Good tackle from Andre Santos, actually. But I don't understand why Cardiff didn't nick that. Don't understand how he didn't nick that. Callum says, Key there singing Real Britannia. I wasn't just saying it. I thought he was just having a mildly racist... It's not racist to sing it anyway, but you know what I mean. He was just having a little wobble there. The Legend FK says, has the style in football changed? When was the last time we only had 1 minute stoppage time? Yeah, I can't remember the last time. I can't remember going back 20 odd years, to be honest. I can't remember there ever really being... The second half stoppage time was nearly always 3 minutes as a minimum. I've never known less than 3 given. Chelsea are in. Should be. Oh, over the bar. Poor from João Pedro. 4 minutes left to go. Callum, I ain't a Tory, lad. It's not what I've heard. Reece says, when Key says that's not a foul, more than likely it is. on your bike. Right, long ball forward. Cardiff, flick on. Cleared away. Come on. 3.5 minutes, lads. Let's step it up a notch. Saf, I had no idea Luton were in League One, considering they were in the Prem 2 years ago. Yeah, back-to-back relegations for Luton. Got Reading this weekend. Away as well. I don't even think it's this weekend. I'm sure it's... Is it Friday night? I think it's Friday night. Chelsea are in. This should be 3. Must be 3. It is 3. Oh, it's Garnacho again. It's 3 for Chelsea. What happened, Tolga? What happened? I was told that Cardiff were going to get a result here by our Turkish supercomputer, and yet again he was wrong. I'm starting to think there's something flawed with that Turkish supercomputer, you know. Chelsea are 3-1 up. Cardiff. Oh, I wish I could say they've deserved more, but they actually haven't, to be honest. In the end, they've actually been quite poor defensively in the key moments. They've gifted Chelsea 2 goals at least. The third one, that's probably the first proper goal that Chelsea have scored all night. Probably the first proper goal they've scored all night, but it doesn't matter. They're 3-1 up, and that one is done, I'm telling you. That one's wrapped up now. Game over. Oh, well, listen, we've seen a decent game, if nothing else. Liam says Thursday, Luton Reading. It's at Reading, though, isn't it? It's at the Select Car Leasing Stadium, once known as the Medeski, I think it's called. Dylan says Aston Villa on top. That's a shocker. They're not on top, no. Brian Barry Murphy is, I imagine, still quite proud of his players, though. Cardiff have put a shift in tonight. Certainly didn't look like a League One side for a lot of it. They fought hard. And as I said, ex-elite development squad manager at City. He knows managing youth, young players. That's what he's about. That's where he's kind of sort of built his trade in being a really top manager of young players at City. And this is his first job as a manager. So for him to come in, and not only are Cardiff flying at the top of League One, they've got some really talented young players. They're doing really well. They're playing good football. They've got 5 wins on the spin in League One. And they're absolutely... Listen, we'll see Cardiff in the Championship next season. Of that, I have absolutely no doubt at all. So it's still a really promising season for Cardiff. Up the Bluebirds and all that good stuff. Chelsea, I think if anything, we've learned more about Chelsea tonight than we have about Cardiff, haven't we? Chelsea not been brilliant. Brendan says, big shout by Key. That game is done, I'm telling you. 3-1 in the 94th minute. It's brave, that, innit? It's brave. It's a big call, and I do the big calls, mate. You know that. I called it just in time, I think, with 90 seconds to go. 3-1, I think it's safe. It's safe to call Chelsea to win this one now, I think. The legend FK says the lower leagues are full of ex-Premier League teams. Even Bradford City were once Prem. Yeah. Bradford City once stopped Liverpool getting the Champions League. Funnily enough, do you remember that? I don't know if you're old enough to remember that. David Weatherall with a goal for Bradford City at Valley Parade. Scored and stopped Liverpool getting 4th one year. Or it might have been stopping us getting 3rd. It might have been when the Champions League was only in the top 3. I can't remember. But either way, he stopped us getting the Champions League. A winner from David Weatherall away at Bradford. Shocking. Harry Sinclair. Hey, Key. Worried about Cardiff playing Wycombe, my local team. I mean, listen, Wycombe are a bit of an odd team, aren't they, this season? I guess you could say that same. A lot of teams in League One are not necessarily as consistent as Cardiff, but you can still get a result. I wouldn't put it past you. We have seen Cardiff have a little wobble. They got beat against, was it Posh not that long ago? And that was before Posh had the big turnaround. So, Wycombe could certainly get a result against them. Especially if they defend like they did tonight. If Lawler is defending like that, then you've every chance they'll concede. Right, it's full time here. Chelsea 3-1. It's a good result for Chelsea in the end. They go through, and I think that's all they'll really care about. Let's be honest. Disappointing night for Cardiff in the sense that they played well enough, and they probably should have taken this a little bit further. I think Brian Barry Murphy will be saying to these lads at full time in the dressing room, do you know what? Bit more composure in the final third. You'd have battered them, especially if you'd have been a bit more composed at the back and stopped gifting them goals. You weren't that far away from beating the world champions tonight. And that's really positive for the League One side. Quite a young League One side as well. Still with the manager quite young and new into the job as well. Not young in the sense of he's 47. He's not young for a manager, but it's his first ever job as a manager. So credit where it's due. Cardiff were absolutely terrific tonight. Chelsea, less so. I think Enzo Maresca definitely underestimated the Bluebirds, and he'll just be happy that they've got through. Chelsea through to the semi-finals. They will face maybe Man City, maybe Brentford. We'll have to see tomorrow night. Newcastle, Fulham, still to play tomorrow. I'm live for that, of course, tomorrow. And also Arsenal against Palace on the 23rd of December. That is the 4th quarter-final, and I'm going to be live for that one too. But either way, I am live tomorrow. Make sure, if you've nothing else, please make sure you've clicked like on the video. Please make sure you have you've liked and you've subscribed as well. Please do if you haven't already. 3-star Reds, thank you and good night. Key, take it easy. Erdy, good night, take it easy. Lots of love, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Have a lovely, lovely Tuesday night. See you soon. See you in the next one.